Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and officially, I am going to Wrestlemania. Yeah, just pretend I'm pointing at a WrestleMania sign. In honor of the WrestleMania tickets that went on sale on Wednesday during the pre sale and Friday during the general public, I want to do a couple of videos talking about some potential WrestleMania matches. And we're going to start with this man right here, John Cena. His final retirement, his retirement tour, meaning his final WrestleMania match, is going to be at WrestleMania 41. And I thought, who should be his WrestleMania opponent for his final WrestleMania? And, coming up about end of November, December, I am doing an entire video fantasy booking John Cena's retirement tour. So, if you want to know how I think John Cena's retirement tour should be booked, hit that like and subscribe button right now, as I produce weekly wrestling content right here at Ringside Cinema. Cheap plug out of the way. So, John Cena's final WrestleMania. So, potentially one of these five guys might actually be his final WrestleMania opponent. Comment below, let me know who you think John Cena should face at WrestleMania 41. So let's get into it. Now, obviously, let's start off with some honorable mentions, because I have two honorable mentions, and that is the our world champions. Our world heavyweight champion, Gunther, and we got Cody Rhodes. Because I feel like, to me, Cody Rhodes, obviously, he might be tangled up within the Bloodline storyline. He might be facing The Rock, so we might not get Cody Rhodes versus John Cena just quite yet, let alone at WrestleMania. But if WWE did want to get that 17th world title out of the way and have him win it at WrestleMania 41, then you have to kind of figure in maybe John Cena wins a Royal Rumble. And then he chooses the champion he wants to face, and that be it Gunther, who might be the world champion at that point, or Cody Rhodes. So I don't foresee John Cena winning the Rumble. I do think there's a chance that we do get Cena versus Cody Rhodes at some point during all this of his retirement tour. I mean, maybe Gunther. I mean, even if you take the world title off of him and it goes into like the whole Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre feud, and whatever they do with that, but I think I'm going to rule these two out, but I think this could be a possibility. These two could be a possibility depending on how their stories go heading into WrestleMania. Now, moving on to the actual list. One guy I just mentioned, Drew McIntyre. Now, I think one of the big things about this last year or so, where John Cena was facing Austin Theory, he was facing Solo Sikoa, is that John Cena really hasn't had that guy that can really go toe-to-toe with him on a microphone. I mean, we all remember John Cena absolutely killed Austin Theory in that promo on Raw before WrestleMania 39. 39. And that right there should have told WWE, okay, we cannot do this match. They went away, or they should have at least said, okay, John Cena is going to win. Even if he would have dropped the U.S. title back to Austin Theory on the Raw or something, or SmackDown, whatever. But to me, that's where I think Drew McIntyre comes in, because Drew McIntyre can go toe to toe from a promo standpoint. We've seen Drew McIntyre get a lot better with his promos over these last couple years, and we've seen him be able to go toe to toe with guys like Seth Rollins, CM Punk on the microphone. Remember that promo that Drew, Seth, and Punk did where they just were told, hey, go ad lib it and just say whatever you want? Yeah. I think Drew McIntyre, if he's not in the world title picture, if they're just going to do, say, Seth versus CM Punk, then Drew McIntyre, he needs a WrestleMania match. Drew McIntyre is someone that you could have, lose to John Cena, and he doesn't lose any credibility. I think if Drew is not in the world title picture, I think Drew versus Cena is the way to go. If John Cena is going to go out in his final WrestleMania, why not do it against the phenomenal one? We've seen John Cena and AJ Styles face off before, and these two have put on absolutely classic matches. And yeah, they're both older, but I think these two could probably get a good match out of one another. John Cena can go, hey, you're still AJ Styles. So it's one of those things where you could play into both of them with the retirement, stipulation where it's like both of them maybe are going out. This could be AJ Styles last year. So yeah, I think it could be it could be like a motivational match for AJ Styles. AJ says, hey, I don't have it no more. My body's breaking down. Out comes John Cena and says, hey, let me face you at WrestleMania and let me see what you still got. And I will find the old AJ Styles. If there's one guy in WWE that can find out if John Cena still has it, perhaps, maybe, we could even get prime John Cena. There's one man that can do it, and that is Logan Paul. See what I did there? Now this is kind of been rumored lately. They've been kind of rumored of Logan Paul versus John Cena potentially happening. And this could be his WrestleMania match. And we've seen kind of Logan Paul, he's not afraid to lose. So, John Cena goes out, and depending on how Triple H wants to book it, maybe John Cena doesn't lose until his final match. But John Cena versus Logan Paul, I mean, obviously, okay. So I know there's been like a lot of stuff going on YouTube in regards to Logan Paul and, all the behind the scenes stuff. But everything about Logan Paul from a personal standpoint is what makes him a great WWE superstar. And he's been able to go in the ring without no problem. He's picked this up faster than anybody rightfully should. And so, John Cena, Logan Paul, you could do a lot of promotion with this on social media. We've seen WWE using social media to their advantage. We've seen Kevin Owens attack Cody Rhodes from fan cameras. Fans recording Kevin Owens attacking Cody Rhodes at his bus. And, Logan Paul has his podcast. You could have John Cena show up there. You could have confrontation on his podcast. So there's a lot of things from a social media perspective, a lot of buzz you can have with this match. And I think, again, much like AJ Styles or a Drew McIntyre, I think Logan Paul could get a good match out of John Cena. Yeah, it's not the same John Cena that we had 10 years ago, but I think if he has the right opponent, I think we can still pull that old John Cena out, you know. So especially with John having limited dates, so you definitely want to make sure his final WrestleMania opponent is actually a good one, and I think Logan Paul would actually fit that criteria. Now let's go to a man with a lot of history with John Cena, and that is a man that a lot of people have said should be his final opponent in this match or in his retirement tour, or should be his final WrestleMania opponent, and that is Randy Orton. Now, obviously, this all depends on how the stories are going to unfold over these next several months, because is Randy Orton going to be, facing Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship? Is The Rock going to be facing Cody Rhodes, freeing up Randy Orton? It all depends, right? But the history with Randy Orton, John Cena, obviously, I don't have to go too long on this. But yeah, I think people have said that this should be his last match of his career, given their history together, or it should be his final WrestleMania match. And considering that we're probably going to see the setup for Randy Orton's heel turn against Cody Rhodes, having John Cena come in to make the save against Cody Rhodes to set up the feud with Randy Orton for WrestleMania. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, there's one championship that John Cena has not won. It has eluded him his entire career. John Cena has never fought for the. I don't think he's ever fought for the Intercontinental Championship. He was U.S. champion, tag team champion, and then the World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion. So this is the title that has eluded him his entire career. And personally, I think, to me, given what we just seen, and with Braun Breaker regaining the Intercontinental Championship, John Cena versus Braun Breaker, WrestleMania 41 for the Intercontinental Championship. You could have Braun Breaker, eliminate John Cena, or John Cena eliminates Breaker, and then Breaker distracts Cena, in the Royal Rumble, or however you want to set it up, or maybe Braun costs John Cena at the Elimination Chamber, whatever. But you can at least tease very early on that John Cena is going to get a championship that he's never won. And John Cena versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania 41, and you have John Cena win. And yeah, there are some people say, well, why would John Cena win? Well, because number one, it would give WWE that moment it would make John Cena a Grand Slam champion. That's the first thing. Cena doesn't need a long run with the title. It's just, they just need that moment of him holding up the Intercontinental Championship. They can say that he's a Intercontinental Champion, he's a Grand Slam champion, and then he can drop it at Backlash, wherever country is going to host Backlash next year. So yeah, he doesn't need the Intercontinental title for too long, but you could have John Cena beat Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. And again, there's no better place for John Cena to win the Intercontinental Championship than on the grandest stage of them all. And then he can drop the title and then go and focus on his 17th world title later on in the year. So, yeah, comment below. Who do you guys want to see John Cena face at WrestleMania 41? Is there any of the guys I listed here? Is there someone I missed? And again, I will have an entire video talking about John Cena's retirement tour, fantasy booking, the whole 9 yards, coming up in about Thanksgiving, early December, depending on when I get it done, when I finally finish writing it and recording the video with it. So all of that is coming up here on the channel. Plus, on Friday, when the WrestleMania tickets go on sale to the general public, I will have another video talking about Goldberg and who he could face at WrestleMania if he does come back for one more run. And maybe I'll even throw in Stone Cold Steve Austin as well in honor of WrestleMania. Maybe I'll do a video talking about who Austin should face at WrestleMania instead. I don't know. Anyway, comment below who you guys think should face John Cena at his final WrestleMania. I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.
Lights down, time to go. Cheers for heroes we know. Ringside forever bold. Wrestling never gets old.